Okay, welcome back everybody to Coffee and Art in the morning, Monday morning. And I'm going to spend another 30, 45 minutes. This is another segment. We already did a Society of Idea Collectors segment. And now I asked the girls in chat what would they like to see going off that list I read in segment one. And they voted on they voted on having a chat on how to decide how to do backgrounds in color books. So I'm going to go through, I've just picked a random 10 or so, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, yep, 10. I picked a random 10 off the shelf to kind of discuss backgrounds. Sue says, I've done acrylic backgrounds in Mythomorphia, but don't know what to put on them. Okay. All right, well, I'm going to, I'm not sure which one. This one probably has a variety. Okay, so we're going to start with Imagimorphia. So my Imagimorphia, Mythomorphia, and Anamorphia, I have washes pretty much on the bulk of the pages as a background. So when I say a wash, and people still ask me, what do you mean by a wash? Watered down acrylic paint. I just squirt a little bit of my Americana craft paint out on a palette, squirt some water on it, get it. You have to water it down enough so that it's still see-through, okay? If you want to see your color book lines. Now, if you wanted just a flat background, whatever the color, black, whatever color, if you want a flat background, don't put any water. Just use it straight out. Well, I squirt it out, but just use it full strength. Use it full strength if you don't want any, if you just want a solid background. But if you're going to if you're going to go, if you're going to go put a wash over something with watered down acrylic paint, you got to have it watered down enough so you still see your color book, right? Because if I went full strength on this, it would cover up all the lines. But I like to use full strength in the backgrounds and then different things on top. Now, y'all see me do a ton of stuff with outer space, planets, fog, mist. So I avoided pulling out certain books that I have that a lot in. So, and a lot of color book pages don't have necessarily a lot of, if you want to call it sky or background or water. Okay, they don't have it's filled up. In most cases, it's filled up with your stuff, right? In this case, I'm doing a fire. So I started out with I'm not sure what color, but something like, a saffron yellow or something like that, and painted the whole thing. The benefit of using acrylic paint, whether watered down or not, in your color book, is that it gives your page some tooth so that your pencil, when you go over the acrylic paint with your pencil, it's just, you have to experience it. You have to have that experience, the feel of it. So here is just the flat, and then here is where I've gone in with just an orange pencil and started shading in to make it look like it's on fire. I can go back in here with more pencil. Let me grab my pencils here. And even go darker, like let's say with like a Tuscan red or something. And I can go in here and start darkening it even more close to the building and make it look, more like fire going on back here. So the question I got, that I went through a list of questions on the last episode. The question was, how do you decide? How do you decide what to do in your backgrounds? And that is just so subjective. And in this case, I had dragons, okay? And they're going to be dark green dragons eventually. And I wanted them to be like fire breathing. For one thing, we have a mirrored image here, right? It's not exactly, but I mean, it's like, they're similar things. So here's what this started out as, and this has been color shaded a little further along. But I wanted them to be fire-breathing dragons in a battle. So you can see I'm going to have him, see how they have the little stuff coming out their nostril. And then again, I can go even add more paint or whatever to make it even more accentuated. What type of brush do you use for the intricate spaces? Just a small brush. I have no particular brand. All my acrylic paint brushes are whatever works. I mean, I might go down to something like a little pointy one like this. I love flats and angle brushes. I love me some angles. Let me see, was there one in here? Those are my favorites. Is it angle brushes? Here, this one's kind of beat up, but you'll like this. And a new one will be nice and crisp, where you can get a thin line, a point, a flat. There's so much you can do with an angle brush. And they, of course, they come in different sizes, right? I mean, come down to, this is not an angle, but you see, I mean, you can get them any size. I just pick whatever works. Sometimes I'll use a larger brush for this and then smaller for the tiny bits. Sometimes, you know, I don't even paint. I might not even put paint in some of that. It might just be pencil because there's so many, it's just so tiny in there. I'll just get in there with pencil. You don't need to put a wash of paint if you're only going to put one or two little pencil like yellow and orange. Just do that with pencil. But if you want to put stuff on top, you know, like fire, steam, stars, water, any of that, then, you know, that's, you got more real estate to work with. So in this case, I want fire-breathing dragons, so therefore I went with fire. That's how that choice was made. So let's just see here. Okay, so these are the intro pages. So I wanted this one to have a look of, you know, fire and water. So again, the reason that I went with the blue in here was because I wanted to look like water. This is just like a muck pond, if you will. I imagine all these little creatures are coming. You know, it's just like a mucky pond. You know, like in the, you know, in the Sahara or savannah, in the desert. You know, not the desert, but the you know, where the animals come to get water. That it's kind of like mossy and mucky. Okay, so the swans here. The reason I went with the dark blue instead of black was because the swans are, I wanted them white with shadows of blue. So rather than having a black background, I went with blue because I knew the color of the swans. Remember too, guys, I've talked about choosing colors, and that in my color books, other than say a full-on garden with 1,000 different variety of flowers or something, I really stick with 5 colors or so. So in this case, I have blue and yellow, or orange rather. So there's going to be koi fish, there's blue, and then I see some leaves and things. But they're going to be secondary colors. So this is really essentially 2 colors, blue and orange. Watering hole. Thank you, Orla. That was really hard, wasn't it? Okay, this one has got gold on it. I've talked about gold paint before, and you got to, you know, it's tricky to shade. This one's got my typical sky, planets, and stuff started on that, and he's just got a wash of gray. And then down here he's going to be in grass. So there's going to be green down here. Okay. How did I decide on, say, this one is because of the gold and the blue and the King Tut mask. It's a very vibrant blue from the pictures I've seen. I have not seen his King Tut's mask in person. But from the pictures I've seen, it's like this color blue. So that made me decide. So that's the blue and, of course, the gold. Okay, here is a train going down the track. And again, this is just washes and base coats, and, you know, some of these are done, actually, they really are. But I wanted to do smoke coming out of the train, so gray seemed to fit. So I'm thinking, you know, I'm kind of thinking ahead a little bit, like what do I want the picture to say? So if I'm saying that the train's going down a track with a lot of smoke, see, all these I have imagined this is all in the smoke, right? This is all in the steam. You know, that's coming out, all this is coming out of the steam. So I just did a gray background. Again, the mech moth, I'll probably put stars or something all back in here, but I wanted the focus to be on the metallic-y look. So you can see I've only got just a little bit of it done right there in the middle. If anything else, I think copper, this would be a good place to use test out my new copper. A new copper paint, although I have the same kind of paint in a jar. But this would be a good place to say, let's get a little brush here, something. I want to knock that over. Because there's copper and stuff in the mechanicals of it, this would probably be a good place to edge it with copper and kind of feather it out because it's mechanical. Now y'all are going to have to remember what I used here because next time I go to do this, I'm going to say, what did I use? Because I'm not writing it down. So I'm going over the black paint. But I'd want to kind of feather this out. So let's just put some down. You have to probably do this in stages. And again, the reason I'm picking the copper is because I got the copper, it's really not, it's not metallic pencil, it's sienna. It's sienna. I think it might even be a little, nope, no gel pen. It's just sienna and blue. So, let me get a baby wipe. Get a little on the baby wipe. I mash it in. This is why I do it on my hand. I mash the paint into the baby wipe. And it might take a little bit of going back and forth between full strength. Like I need to edge it a little closer here to make it more opaque right up against in here. But then I can like feather it out and have a black and metallic background. Okay, hang on, I'll hold it up so you can see. I want to make sure I don't glue my lid shut. Still wet, but I think you can see a little bit of the shimmer. There we go. And of course I'd take more time, get it darker right up against the body and then feather it out. But you see, so you can do that. And you could even do, if you wanted to, you could have copper mist. Let me get my baby wipe back out of the trash. Opening the jar back up here. I might have to do a little bit with the brush. See? Yeah, looks cool, huh? All right, now let me dry it so I don't glue my pages together. Hang on. So something like that, you see? All right. This one, I just thought the panda is black and white. Let's go with hot pink. I don't know what else I'm going to put there, but that's how I decided the color. I decided the color because the panda is black and white. This one, I'm not sure how I decided on the sienna, other than I thought it would look good with the blue, and it's in progress. But I started doing some twinkling lights around the moths or butterflies, whatever they are. But again, I'm going with like two basic colors here. The skulls, black background, blue because it's on the ocean. Again, a type of a fire look with like King Kong busting through the city there. So again, it's kind of, I knew I wanted him looking like, because, they got, look, there's a rocket right there, like he's battling, the King Kong movie. So that's why these colors. I wanted the penguins moving through the water and still blue. I just said, hey, purple, black and white penguins. And this is the only one that I've even really got anywhere near finished. But I'm coloring him purple and black and white. So I'm going to have them breaking through the water. So you can see I painted the background purple. And now I'm going around each one to make it look like they're breaking the water. Like here, this is a good example. See, I'm making it look like he's breaking in the water. They're not done, right? It's not done. So that's how I decided that. Where's my mailman? Did I get anything? Is she going to bust out? Oh, it looks like they stuck something in. Oh, I think that's my passport. Well, I got my passport, and they send the if you can, when you reorder your passport, you can get the little cards now, like your driver's license. So now I have my passport and the little passport card. They send them separate. Okay, so this one I wanted it to look like moss, like almost like a green Spanish moss, because I imagine these, pineapples, Hawaii. So this is probably going to have some nice, I started the little mushrooms there, but I want this to look like moss. So it's still in progress, but that's how I'm just telling you guys how I decide on the backgrounds. Not that they're all done. Did you break in the water? Yes, the pencil is broken in with water. let me show you, Jennifer. Let me get my lavender. I know there's a lavender in here because I just used it the other day. ASMR moment. Well, I can't find it, so let me bust out a bundle here. I'm not sure if it's this color. Is this color? Yeah, I think it's that color. Okay. A lavender color. Okay, so now, like, here's one that's kind of in progress, but I want them to look like they're kind of coming through the water. And then you can, softly, you can blend. Okay, so you can. See here. So I'm just putting the lines. Don't feel like you can't, have some squiggly lines, have some odd things in your background. No one says it has to be blended out smooth as silk. Kirby's not going to email you. Just saying. Let me answer this from Denise. Hey, honey, I'm streaming. Can I call you back? If you need something, huh? I think he was outside. Call him again. He's probably back in now. Bye-bye. Okay. So I started doing pink Post-its where I'm still working and blue ones where I finished, but I forget to put them in. Okay, so, all right, the spider, the reason it's black is because I was going to do silver spider web. So that's all done with, well, first what I did is I went over the whole spider web with a silver gel pen. And then on top of the silver gel pen, I used stickles, silver stickles. And the background, I think I'm just going to leave it because this one shows the little images not colored. This one shows them with all different colors. And this is like a good example page. Now, if I were completely finished the book, I might go back and, you know. I love to finish all these books. Why did I pick this? It's a salmon color. It looks kind of, it might look a hot pink on camera, but it's like a salmon color. I think I just wanted something different than blue. I might do a sunburst back here. I don't know. Okay, the mech moth, and this is, I love showing this one. Mechanical moths. They just have a base coat on them, right? They just got to wash. They got to wash. The background is paint. Now, you can see where some of my blue from the other page is seeped over the edge. This is why you put wax paper between your pages. So I did a solid green, and they just have a wash of lime green. And I took my pencil and I made all the lines. See how they're all kind of fuzzy? I mean, squiggly. And how I want this to look, and I do this every time, but I love doing it. I want my moths to look like they're going. So that's my way of getting that effect. That's my way of getting the effect. Yes. Okay, again, this one I want to be a tree underwater. This is all fish. It's all fish in the tree here. Octopus, the what do you call it? The roots have octopus limbs, and it's all underwater. And these, of course, it's not finished. It's just, this is my idea of where I'm going with it. There's going to be waves. There's going to be water and waves. So that's why it's this blue. It's one of my favorite blues, slate blue. So it's just a blue base because it's all underwater. This one, I'm not sure. Again, if it's a black background, I don't really have to have a reason. I like stars, space, and so that's going to be what it's going to be, you know. So there's a lot of black backgrounds. Again, I showed this one a minute ago about the fire-breathing dragons. This one is brown and green because I imagine they're like deep in the woods. So I'm doing all kinds of speckles and making it very uneven because I'm going to make them look like they're all hidden down in the woods. So it's going to be very dark eventually, probably to the edge. I mean, some of it's probably going to be very black down in the crevices, because I want them to look like they're traipsing down in like a little fairy forest where it's very dark down here. So that's why the brown, because I want it to look very woody. Okay, and then the splatters and all that, just to make it look like maybe dirt. You know, they're in the fairy forest in my mind. Okay, a bright blue sky. I got washes of blue, and I did all the mechanics, just a wash of blue to start. Another reason, guys, to do a wash over a large area, especially something like your Kirby, it doesn't mean that everything has to stay blue. Your pencil will go over this, okay? Your pencil can make that blue cloud white again. If you had done this with pencil, if you had penciled this whole area light blue, you could not get that cloud white again. It's the paint. The acrylic paint allows you to go over it and turn it into anything. So just because I have all this mechanicals done in blue doesn't mean it has to stay that way. Just like the mech moths and all that, green and gray and all that. You can go over this and make it any color. But what it does by putting a wash over the whole thing, it gives you a base. It gives you something other than just a white space that you have to go in here and color every little mechanical bit. If you've got a wash of blue or gray or whatever color your mechanics are, you've got those mechanics colored. They're colored. Now all you have to do is highlight it, shadow it. You can change the color. But you've got something on there that if you did that with pencil, you could not get it. You can't get it back. But with an acrylic wash, You can go in there and do anything on top of that. Oh, thank you. Aw, thanks, Terry. Terry said, if Dee Dee's one thing, it's inspiring. Well, that's like my mission, right? That's my goal. My goal on all, doing all this, sharing all this, telling y'all the techniques. I tell y'all everything I do is to inspire you to try. Don't be afraid. You can do it. If you mess it up, so what? Okay, again, the background here, it's water, it's deep water, so I wanted it a deep brown. I mean, a deep brown, a deep blue, and then the water splashes could either look like stars or it could be bubbles. I just got a crick in my back. Um, so again, going around it with pencil. All that light blue is pencil. It's all pencil. Now it's not very well defined yet. Probably maybe around, you can see a little bit more right in here. And you can even get it lighter and more dramatic. Remember, the main thing that I tell people about their color book pages, that when they say they don't like their color book pages, more times than not, it's not the colors that they've chosen. They could have 100 colors or 3 colors. It's the contrast. They don't put enough contrast. Now, granted, these that you're seeing, this is just a base coat, so there's no contrast. And most people that show me their pages, they look like this. Not this messy, but I mean they look flat like that. There's no real dark darks and no light lights. It's, they don't put the contrast. This one I think I decided because of that little red part on I think it's an ibis, I'm not sure. But I think I decided the background color based on that red right there. And I'll probably either do his eyes, his, no, something that same red in him. I don't know why these don't go together to me, but you can make things cohesive with color. So by having a red background, a red here, and red eyes, or red in his ears, or a red nose, or give him a tongue, or put some of that red in his fur. That will make it cohesive. Color will make your pieces cohesive. Again, one big wash of that teal blue over all the birds. This will be a monochromatic page, but it's not going to be flat like this. It'll end up being, let me get a couple. Let's see what color. I don't even know what color that is. Okay, so let me just do a quick little. I want to kind of keep this segment on backgrounds, but I want to, since I talked about a contrast and stuff, I'm going to go ahead and just do a little bit. Okay, so see that owl is just flat? He's just a flat wash of the same color in the background. The background's not a wash. It's, and I might have had to put 2 coats. Sometimes you have to put 2 coats, but, it is what it is. So I'm going to go in here with white on the tips of the feathers. And then probably this wing here. So let me just do a quick little. Okay, so just with the white, just look how, well, this flashing it, well, maybe you can see, because it is kind of, there we go. See with the white, how much it's already changed from the flatness of the others? What book is this? Hey, Karcha, it's Imagimorphia. And now I'm going to go in here with the darker, and it's peacock green, I think, parrot green. And I don't want to spend a lot of time. I just want you to show you the drama that contrast makes. And people, I guess, are just afraid to have something very, very dark or something very, very light. But it makes all the difference. I'm telling you, it makes all the difference. And I haven't asked Eileen and Janet what they're doing today on their show. The Janet and Eileen show. Okay, so now there's just with, again, I'm going to turn it. So can you see how I put a layer of darker? So it's just one shade darker than the original. Okay, now I can go in there with another dark. I don't really want to go with black. I probably like, well, I'll just do black because I want to make it real dramatic. Is that black? Yeah. I am going to try to feather out this black so it doesn't look like a line of black. But I want to show you the dramatic difference when you go very, very light and very, very dark. And very, very dark does not have to be black. I'm just not taking the time to dig out the next shade of teal because I'm trying to kind of keep it a background show. But I want to show you. Okay, so now I added some black, or I would have normally added very, very dark. Sorry guys, the window's open. There. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the green, the parrot green, and kind of go over the black so it's not just a black line there. Because I want you to see the drama of contrast. So I'm quickly blending that in. Okay. Let's see if I can get the, oh, sorry, bumped the camera. I'm trying to get the light off of it. There. See? Janet's doing drippage? Okay. Oh, that would be fun. I don't know if the hubster wants to go out to lunch. He's waiting on someone to call him to come. One of our sensors on a security system needs replacing, and they're going to come do that today. So it's between 12 and 5. They'll be here between 12 and 5. So I may or may not be a chance because we want to go. I want them to take me to Waffle House. But I know, don't laugh at me. Anniversary Waffle House. See? Can you see that? And if the white's not showing up here, let me even do it one step further. And I'm going to take the Posca. Let's get one that's working. I always pick up the one. I should just throw it away. The one that doesn't work. Why don't I just throw it away? Because I feel like, oh, there's a little bit left in there. Okay, so I can just put a little tip of white on the edge and even get it even more drama. And you can do this with pencil too, just depends on how many layers you put. But the thing I like about the Posca is what I'm doing is I'm getting rid of the color book line, the line art. Right on the edge, I'm getting rid of the line art. Right on the very, very edge of the feathers. I'm not doing the whole feather, I'm just doing the edge. Maybe if I go down this side, that'll show up better too. Right along the edge, I'm getting rid of the black line from the line art. Can you see that now? I hope that helped on contrast. All right, let's keep moving because I got 10 books and we're still in book 1. Again, just a wash of the, I don't have a background color here, don't have a background color here. Let's go to some more backgrounds. Okay, this background, I painted in a tree. And I just did that with some lines of pencil. And eventually, and I did this real lightly because I don't want to put the mist, I don't want to put this foggy mist on here until I'm completely done with the back, right? But, and y'all see me do mist and fog. I just put a little bit here just to show you where I'm headed. So in this case, the background, I'm trying to make it look like a tree. So here's the start. And then we went a little bit more shadow. And then it'll have a mist and fog. But you don't put mist, fog, water. You don't put any of that. That's the icing on the cake. Okay? Because otherwise, you're going to try to figure out how am I going to color that tree now? See, when I go back to color the tree, I'll have to just go over the whole thing and put that back. But I do a lot of this for demos for you guys. So, you know, I jump ahead. I try to tell you, look, don't do this till the very end. Okay, let's see. I think that's all the backgrounds in that. So that's in Imagimorphia. I won't go through Anamorphia and Mythomorphia. We've gone through these pretty recently. But right now, my point of going through these is to show how I decide on backgrounds. Okay. The look. And I'm going to have to speedily up here. I want to get done with the next 30 minutes. Okay, so this is the look. And these have fashions from around the world, many, many close-up faces. And it is by Swans. And I've done a few in here, but you can see here what she's done. And let me close the blinds, guys. The sun's starting to peek through the clouds, and it's giving me a glare. A lot of backgrounds that are just plain. So it kind of like leaves it up to you. See that? Look, she has a little bit of birds down here. So depending on whether I want to concentrate on the outfit alone, some of them I put more backgrounds on. And here's the difference. I love this book. This is one of my favorite books. I need to work in it more often because I love it so much. Milan, Stockholm, New York, Shanghai, Tokyo, and Seoul. And they have sections for each one. And again, sorry about, well, the light's okay. It's just the white paper. So let me get to some of the pages I've done in this. So you see it's a lot of negative space. See the background? It's a lot of negative space, which I love that too. You love this book too? Yeah. And then here's one that has a lot of shops in the back, little shoes over there. But if you still notice, look at all the negative space. There's no bricks on the ground. And that makes it very dramatic when you color that. Okay, so here's one that's done with, again, a star in the background. And so what I did here, she's sitting on I just decided that was a brick wall. I decided this was cobblestone. It wasn't there. I put all the splatters and the smudges and the dots and all that. And then I love her little red Dorothy Wizard of Oz shoes. And then she has a little green handbag. So again, the way I decided the colors, I see how her whole outfit goes together, even though that may be a little too matchy. But yeah. So she's just sitting there on her phone, stars in the background, and that. I'm using this book for the faces and where shadows are and making note where sun was. Yeah, awesome, Orla. I love this book. So again, look at all the negative space behind the Eiffel Tower. It's just flat. It's just negative space. Literal negative space. Jean did this one. She did a good job on that one. And I know it's there. If I tilt it this way, it's not as glary, but it's hard to flip uphill flip. This one, I don't know, just wanted a teal background. That's as far as I got. This one I wanted to look like they were up, there was buildings, and it needs a little more work, but, I put a blue thing on it like I'm done, because I think mentally I'm just over this page. I didn't do the signs yet. There's still some more stuff to do, but I just splattered and streaked gray paint to make it look like buildings or, again, this one's not done, but she's just kind of like floating in space on her moped, or is it a moped? No, it's not a moped. It's I'm not sure what kind of motorcycle. And so I just thought she would look cool, like a redhead with the, I think the leopard dress was there. I just did the cheetah colors. The cheetah colors. So, what else is in this one? This one has about 3 or 4 parts to it. And again, we did dark skin girl. I wanted it to look there's like some kind of a poster that looks like it's been ripped up and stuff. So I just made it extra distressed. Did the background all like, again, not brick, like a cement wall. And like this is like that, what do you call it? That steel, there's a name for that. You know, like what toolboxes are made out of. That kind of steel. I have done this one a couple times. I have made a copy of her. This was the one I made a copy of her to practice my Copic drawing on. This one I've done. I think I sent this. I have one. No, I have a copy of this. I made a copy of this one for my art journal. She's into my art journal. This one I colored and sent to Eileen. I think this one, I'm thinking that's one I sent to Paula. I sent one to Paula. So anyway, that is the look. I gotta get crack-a-lack in here. Okay, the time chamber. Daria song, the time chamber. And I got 2 of these, diamond plate. Thank you, Haven. Yeah, diamond plate steel. Thank you. See, I know somebody always knows everything in our group. Somebody knows everything. Between all of us, we're just, we're a walking encyclopedia amongst all of us. Aw, thanks, Teddy. Now you follow me on that one? Yeah. Aw, thanks. That's sweet. So I have those 2 different versions, the time chamber, and what's the other one, the ocean one? Is there another one, ocean one? No, the Lost Ocean is Johanna Basford. Never mind. I should show that one, too, because that's got a different background. Oh, the time garden. So I have the time chamber and the time garden. All right, so let's just do a flip through. I just want to talk about backgrounds right now. Okay, so this one's not done, but what I did on this one purposefully is I wanted to look like she was in an upside down world. So I did the stars on the bottom and the sun, the light, the sunlight on the top. So really, if you look at it, it really goes this way. See? So I did the light at the top and the stars at the bottom. You're too afraid to color in anything still. Then what you need to do, I say this all the time, Haven, make you a copy to practice on. If you want to practice skin, just copy off a face and practice on it. If you want to do this page, you're afraid to do it, make a copy of it and do it right next to each other. Like have your copy of her right here, color her skin, and then come over here. You got it right over here. Now you can do it over here. Color it twice. Okay, let's see. This one, I wanted all these flower orbs floating in space. This did take a long time. I gotta say, this was a undertaking on this one. Quite the undertaking. And the colors I chose were the lime green, pink, and white, like the chrysanthemum and like the cherry blossom colors. So that's how I decided on the colors, and I wanted them all floating in space. So that's how we got outer space. And this one I did dot. This one's not splattered. This is dotted, 1 dot at a time. And that way you can get in between. You can get in between. See, I wanted it to be like they're balls, but they're see-through. There are holes in it. Thanks, Ange. So I really like this one. But if you notice, it's pink, green, or lime. Pink, lime, and white. I mean, there's a couple orange accents, but overall, it's 3 or 4 colors. That can keep everything cohesive. Okay, this one, I just wanted a blue sky with clouds. So the background's blue, accented the edges with blue, the owl is blue. She's wearing white with blue shadows, and I did her hair looking like it's blowing in the breeze. And I did a little bit of a sun peeking through the clouds. That's just all paint. It's all paint there. And that's all in that one. Okay, I gotta keep moving here. Gotta keep moving. Okay, so these two, oh, let's go to Lost Ocean. So in Lost Ocean, Johanna Basford, I think her artwork is stunning, but it's so tiny. It's hard for me to, because it's hard for me to see, well, I can see it if I concentrate. Let's say it's tedious for me to squint to see some of it. So I just don't enjoy coloring something so tiny. It's just like mandalas or mandalas. I don't enjoy coloring patterns. But if you want to see some awesome mandala coloring, then look at Julie, Topaz Pearl Girl, Julie. Oh my gosh, that girl rocks the mandalas and patterns. Okay, so let's see what I got here. I've only got a couple things done in here, I think. Okay. So on this one, the ship is sailing on the ocean, right? He's sailing on the ocean. I wanted a night sky. I just like it. And I did a little glow around the little lighthouse. And then I wanted this to look like an undersea, another dimension. So that's why we got the water dripping off the, and I did, instead of it's got kind of land and sea. It's like he's traveling the world in my mind. He's traveling the world, so there's green flowers and all that right under the ocean waves, and it's like another dimension. Bye, Dragon Slayer Sarah. Thank you. So in my, when I started this, I knew I wanted the stars. It's never hard for me to decide I want stars, and a glow on whatever's on land. And then some of these swirls, I might have went in there with some Posca on top. But this is all paint, 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 drips. This one's not done. Again, this was one to show 3 colors. Well, white, orange, mint, and teal, and it's a little flashed out, and then stickles. So there you can see the stickles. Now you can see this is not done. Got more to do. And all these swirls I added myself. I just wanted all kinds of swirls in it, but the like cabochons or whatever, they're done. And all the orange, they'll have stickles like that. Okay. And that's all in that one. Okay. Let's cover these two right here. Rhapsody in the Forest and Minuet de Bonheur. Don't laugh. Don't email me. So I think Rhapsody in the Forest was the first one. I think somebody said, and then the Minuet, and somebody probably told me the translation. Dance of Happiness. Dance of Happiness and Rhapsody in the Forest. So let's see what we got in. These are a lot of gardens. See, these are pretty much done, decided for you. There's some silhouette. Some. Just one image kind of thing. But most of it's like gardens and, you just do a lot of florals. And then the little bunnies. Okay, so this one we did, not this Halloween, but I think the Halloween before. So the background is nothing. There's nothing in the background. Left the background white. I could paint it black because it is Halloween. Could paint it black and stars. I don't know. Maybe we didn't have time, but again, look at the color choices. Purple, green, and orange. It makes it cohesive. This one I think we did this last Christmas. Green, your typical green and red Christmas colors. But I believe we looked up Norwegian patterns, and so we colored this based on a Norwegian pattern, if I'm not mistaken. We did spend a lot of time getting the fur on the reindeer. I'm trying to tilt it so there we go. It's a little flashed out, but so the pattern, we went with the color based on a Norwegian. I think it's Norwegian pattern. So that was decided for us. The pattern was already there. Okay. Next is the Dance of Happiness. And let's see what we got in here. Again, it's lots of animals. Lots of animals. I love this book. And I want to get back to all, I love all my books. I want to get back to all of them. You're getting hoo-hoo markers in the mail. You'll like them. Just remember, don't do double-sided page. They're just like Copics. They'll go through. They're alcohol markers. But I love, look at all these animals. Look at the little bunny, the little chipmunk, the little duck, the little frog, another bunny. See, I want to stop right now and just color this. I really do. I mean, I'm going to put me a, and this is why I always have so many things going on. Because I'll come across this and I want to color this double page spread. Now, if I try to do this on camera, on a video, on a show, it'd probably be about 2 hour. It'd probably take about 6 hours, you know, and that's probably if we kind of hurried. We have done a couple out of here. This one's one of my favorites too. Again, the background, I decided on stars with the brick walls kind of just fading into the background. But we spent a good bit of time showing you how to do bricks. We did a lot of, there was quite a bit of a couple hours, I think, in those bricks. The bunny was laying in the bird bath. There was no water coming out of it. This water is painted in. All the drips, that's just paint. Just because there's no water there doesn't mean you can't put it in. We could have water coming out of all these pots. We could have water pouring out of these, you know, jugs or whatever. So what I did is I wanted one of every color bunny. So we have a white one, a gray one, a brown one, a black one. So we have every color of little bunnies. And we did spend time getting the fur nice. And again, here's one that's a lot of colors. And again, because there's a garden. So you got pink flowers, you got the bluebells with some lime, you got green leaf flowers, some ivy, some purple flowers, some blue, whatever, pink. So there's a lot of colors in a garden scene. This one's one of your favorites too, Colleen? Yeah, I really like this one. And then the grass, and then we put little grass blades coming up over. You know, we put the whiskers white to make them stand out. Same for his whiskers. Put him some eyebrows with white Posca. There we go, whiskers. See, we added all that in on top. But don't try to put those whiskers in till you got the shelf done. Got it, it's icing on the cake. Okay, so what else do we have in here? Okay, the birds. Again, lots of colors because there's a whole different kind of plants. I didn't put any stars on this. I just wanted a black, flat background so that all the birds popped, you know. If you put a black background, everything in the front's going to stand out. So we got some little bluebirds there with little white Posca fluff. Same thing for the little owls. See the little highlights on their little feet? See the little highlights on their feet? Whiskers on the little chipmunks. And again, it's a little flashed out, but the bunnies are darling. I know everybody loves the bunnies. Okay, this one, I don't remember why we decided a blue. We did this one on stream. I'm not sure why we did the blue. And I've checked it. Personally, I would have liked it to be black. But I think we wanted to try a different color, so we just did it a flat blue. And we're more concentrated on doing all the gold chains. There's all kinds of gold chains. And, of course, the little bunnies and their fur and their eyes. It's kind of, you know, it's a little... There we go. And then this one, again, the watercolor. It was just water. Koi fish, orange koi fish, green lily pads, blue background. Some white whatever kind of flowers, some kind of lily flowers there. I guess there were the water lily flowers. So, and then all the swirls, I went over with white Posca. So we have lots of white swirls. And then over the top, see those lines? Right over the top of the fish so it looks like they're underwater. See the white lines? And I could have really put more, but I kept it subtle. But that's like they're in the pond and they're under the water, and that's the reflection on top of the water. I think that's all in here. Oh, I started doing, oh, we must have done it. We must have needed a piece of deli paper for a test. I started doing the checkerboard here. Oh, here's another thing to show you, and I think it looks like I've shown it before. A lot of times in color books, the black in the color book is really not black, it's gray. So you really, if you want a nice checkerboard or whatever, if you want it really black, you're going to have to go over it and pencil or paint or whatever, because that's their version of black. And that just doesn't cut it for me. It has to look like that. Okay, so that's all in that one. Let's keep rolling here. Zimiasnova's Tomislav Tomics. Again, love this book. Very detailed. As you know, let me get to the one I finished first. Let me get to the one I finished. This was, I can't even tell you how many hours. I'm thinking 20. I don't, I don't remember exactly. At the time, I remembered at the time. This, again, black background. They're deep in the forest. I wanted it a fall scene. So all the leaves are all orange, yellow, and red. Some purple mushrooms. I put little shadows under every one. All the tree trunks, everything is done to make look like wood. There's our little sleeping princess right there. Well, our little sleeping princess. And all these leaves. All the leaves. Then the animals. And this was not a unicorn. I'm pretty sure it wasn't. Well, maybe it was. And I think he's not a unicorn. I could be wrong. But we made him blue. He was, I don't know if he's a blue horse. Maybe he was a unicorn. I don't remember. But anyway, we made him a blue unicorn. And again, let me tilt it so you can see all the fur. This took a long time. See all those leaves? See the different colors? There's a brown tree. There's a gray tree. Shadows. This was very, very tedious. I love it. I love the way it looks. But this baby took some hours. And the other one I'm working on over here is the purple and blue dragons. And there's a little princess. That's the little princess is. She's not peeking out there. And then here's the prince. He's sitting there in the top of that one. Again, I got mine. So the black, it just seemed like it needed to be black to make the white clouds and make them stand out. I want them very bright and bold. And that's as far as I got on that. There are monochromatic purples and monochromatics in the teals. See where I'm going with it? Very detailed. Very detailed. None of that's done right there. See? It's just like a base. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the Crayola. This is these as a base. The Crayola super tip markers on both of them. And then you can go in and shade with pencil. Do I have anything else? I think I have something else started in here. I thought I had something else started. Maybe not. Yeah. Oh, the cover. The inside front cover. I started that. Okay, so then two of Hannah Carlzon's Summer Nights and Tidevarv, which stands for seasons. So, she gets them in English and in, is it Swedish? Am I right? Is it Swedish? So in Summer Nights, and I have a whole bunch of these. I've got these, I've got, what's her name? Clara Markova's hardbacks as well. But we haven't looked at these for a while, so I pulled these out. Again, this is just a little bit of a chat about how to pick color book backgrounds. Okay, so this is Summer Nights. Let's see what we got in here. Okay, this back page is done. This reminded me of my daughter Denise when she was probably about 10 with her glasses and two sleeping cats, and I did put stickles in her outfit there. Some in the flowers. So again, this background was decided because of all the florals. It's kind of decided for you, right? Now you could color them all the same color flowers. What else do I have in this one? Started on these little mice here. Just nothing, we didn't get far with that. Same for that lizard. I think I've done more in the other one. This one. Seasons. So this one is our blue. I mean, everyone, and I didn't think about it when we did it, but the avatar. And Christmas, we made these into Christmas bulbs. And they have, I put Wink of Stella over them to make them shimmer. And then here's the light, the glow. So there's one of the, somebody asked about a glow or a light. So again, I can do that pencil because of the black, right? That works because it's on the black. Did the stars here, star there, a little bit of like smoky bit coming up there from the candles. But look at the colors. Other than, I mean, it's got some other colors like red, orange, yellow, and green, but they're the same colors that are in her headpiece. So all these colors are these colors. Other than that, it's orange and blue. Same thing, the candles are orange and blue, okay? Blue stars in the sky, but all these colors right here are the same colors in the balls, in the Christmas I think they remind me of Christmas ornaments. Okay, and her skin is all pencil. That did take a while. It did take a while to get that nice blend, but there's no paint or anything on it. It's all pencil. All right, so let's see what else we got in here. I think I have more done in the Clara Markova books because I have 4 of hers. I think four of the Clara Markova and 2 of the Hannah Carlzon. So here's some cats. We didn't get far. That's about as far as we got. So again, these kind of backgrounds can pretty much, stars, I'm going to do black. Bubbles, I'm going to want to do ocean. But some of the ones, especially in the Clara Markova, I think I decided not to do the backgrounds. Which one was it? I think it's this one. I think I decided not to do, and this is Magical Delight, I decided not to do the backgrounds. But here's a thing on color, and again, that's a choice of no background is a background. I just did, because she's got all these little, I think they're supposed to be mushroom spores, something, they're all, there's these little dots all through her book. Right? So not coloring a background is a background, right? So this one is, and again, the colors, purple, orange, purples and oranges, and there's quite a bit of brown and green, but it's not a lot of colors. But what I did do is add extra colors inside the little doors. And there's a little glowy light right there, and then this has a glow coming through. Now the backs of these were not, these were blank. So I put my own wood grain on there. And then this one, the little birdhouses, see? Same for this one. There was nothing on there. It was just white. But I didn't want to open this up and have it just be white. So I had to put something, I had to put something there. And then on the inside, see, it's got a little glowy lantern. What else do we have in this one? The little mouse. Again, you see, I think I decided on this book not to paint the background, not to do anything with the backgrounds. I added my own moss. See all the little moss right there? That's all with a pen. Added all my own little moss. like Spanish moss type thing. So this is a good example of a background, nothing done on the background. Just leaving it blank throughout the whole book. Okay, 2 more here. All right, Color Me Enchanted. This one here, my plan for this one was just taking a color. Let's just take, I don't know, a purple or something. Taking a color, one marker, and taking the book and go lay down and watch TV or whatever. And go through the whole book, and anything that's that color, color it. Just that thing, just that one thing that's that color. And that's what I've been doing in this book. I haven't done it for a while, let's be honest. So for instance, yellow. Okay, let me put that up because I'm not going to do it right now. So I went through the whole book, and anything that I felt needed to be yellow, I just colored yellow. So the black here is already done, but it's not black enough for me. I'll have to go back in with a pencil to make it really dark. All right, so look, a yellow flower. So, you know, that's just another fun challenge to do. You know, just take a color and your book and just go through the book and anything that you want that color. Now, I got to say, this book was one that I had to be careful not to oversaturate with the marker, because for some reason it did want to go through. Usually I don't have a problem with my Crayola super tip markers. They don't bleed through, but this one I had to be careful. It's not bleeding through there, but if I scrub, it will. So always test your books on a back page or something. So I would go through the whole book. Oh, this is the yellow. The yellow and the orange smell. If you get the black super tips, I don't know if they make them anymore, but the ones with the black barrel have scent. They're scented. And the yellow and orange smell exactly like Fruit Loops. It's like whoever made the scent in these markers and whoever puts the scent in Fruit Loops, they're in collab. I'm telling you. They are in a collab. It's Fruit Loops, people. And this book is perforated too. Not that I don't tear pages out of books that are stories, you know. Okay, so let's see. And this is 2 different artists. Okay, so here I went through the whole book doing the teal, and then see I came back and shaded with pencil. Came back later to shade. But it was just fun just to take one marker and sit down and color all the way through. Is Paula streaming tonight? Yeah, it is a bright yellow, and it smells just like Fruit Loops. I just saw somebody say Paula's going to stream. I don't know if she's going to stream tonight or what. But they have these kind of little girls kind of remind me of, you know, the twins in the house. You know, Jack Nicholson. I don't know, because I think that's the one. Anyway, they kind of look creepy. So here, yellow. I've done a couple colors. So this one I went through, did orange, and then I went back and shaded. So I started out with the orange and went back and shaded with the dark orange. Pencil. The Shining. Yeah, The Shining. I hear Hupster herding cats out there. Okay, again, yellow, orange, and then at another time I probably went through with the kind of slate blue marker. And then, of course, I've shaded since then. So it's just kind of fun to take a color. Yeah, take a color and just go through the whole book. Here's some blue. And just find everything you want that color. Come in, I'm almost done, honey, about 5 minutes.
Okay, I'm going to say that the 82 gas on the way.
Oh, okay. I'll be out in a minute. I figured I saw the mail and I told the girl, I bet that's my passport card.
And you got some Happy Mail.
Oh, I got Happy Mail. Bring me up that Happy Mail. I can wait on the passport.
All right.
No, I already got the passport for Saturday, and then my passport card came in today. But Hubster said we got Happy Mail. Okay, so again, yellow, and I know I'm going to go over 5 minutes. If you want to go ahead and go set up, Janet, I'm running 5 minutes late here. Here's flowers and cactus. Again, all done in the basic color, one color. This one I did continue on, the Sacred Heart. Did some fire there. There's all kinds of swords and stuff coming out. I haven't colored any of that yet, but I did do the background. What else is it? Okay, here's some little pink wood nymphs, or whatever they are. Elves, I don't know what they are. Oh, okay, just set it right there. I'll open it. Yay, Happy Mail. We'll open the Happy Mail, ladies. And then this one's got green, purple, and yellow. So you can see I've just gone through. Hubster's over here shaking his head like he's just being such a butt. Here's green and red. Again, red roses. Hi, Hubster and Happy Mail. This one is, the black was already there, and then I added the red. What else? See, I've done quite a bit in this one, actually. Okay, and last I'm going to show is this one. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's Carolina Kubakowska, and she has that other kind of creepy one out too. Everybody thinks these are creepy. I don't know. They are a little dark. Uh-oh, here come the cats. Okay. Oh, you know what we didn't do? We didn't do a Society of Idea Collector giveaway. I completely forgot to do the giveaway. Should I do it now, even though it's on the other channel? I can put it in the I could put it in the description if we do a giveaway. Okay, well, hang on, because I forgot to do a giveaway of the bowl. Okay, so this one again, the background, what I've done is just kind of do a wash. See how it's just got a little bit of wash of color coming out? All the spots are already on this one. The splatter is already done. All the dots, that's already in the piece, right? So what I've done in this is kind of make it like a watercolor wash in areas. Now, this book does fall apart. This book does, see how that's already done. This was part of already, so I ran with the watercolor theme, right? So I'll just, again, I went with just a wash around, because that's what her book has, like this. So I kind of just rolled with it. See, this is what it looks like in a black and white. See, I added all this. So you can see, and again, this book does fall apart for whatever reason. It just wasn't a bound well book. No, not really, Terry. So I just went with washes of color as a background. So that's another option. Just, do some watercolor. You could do it with Neocolor too, and then go over it, like, scribble in or take your, Neocolor too and make it spread out. I think there's one more in here. This one. I think this one we did with ink tints, but it's the same principle. Just a little bit of watercolor wash. So yeah. Again, I have quite a bit going on in that book. Okay, so let's see what we got in Happy Mail. And I'll just go ahead and do the, because likely the person that, it's hard to, the chances that they're going to see that video anyway if they win. There's a lot in here, guys, and I've already given away a lot out of the society idea. I don't know what I'm going to give away. I'll do a couple of small envelopes of something, paper clips and collage or something. All right, so I'm going to cover it up, and I'm going to dig down and just pick out one name at a time. Do two names. Connie, you. She was here earlier, so Connie. And again, I'm going to dig down. And Susan Stellar. I'm not sure who she is, because we have a lot of Susans. I don't recognize Susan Stellar. But Susan Stellar and Connie Yu, I'll put y'all together, some little Society of Idea Collector. So let me write that on here. Put their names together. And then what I do is then their names will go, I have a separate place for names that have been drawn. And then after everybody's name is drawn, we'll start all over again. So let's put Society Idea Collector envelopes. Yay! So I don't know if Connie's still. I saw her at the first episode. So yeah, so Connie and Susan Stellar. Yeah, they'll get a little society envelope thing. All right, so let's open my Happy Meal right here. Oh, this is my, I don't know though. I don't think I want to show you my passport picture. By the way, they make you now, just if you are going to get another passport, well, maybe I'll show you. I'll cover up any numbers or anything. But this is the card. They send you the card. I'll cover up all the information. But they make you put your hair behind your ears and take off your glasses. So there's my passport picture. Oh, it's funny, no glasses and okay, so there's that. Now let's see what's in this Happy Mail here. Oh, it came from, what is this from? I'm not sure who this, I don't know. It's not Amazon, I don't think. Oh, let me get the scissors. Yeah, and now then we can go to Janet's. Well, I gotta figure out, well, I can go for a little bit, I think, but Hubster said the security, the security guy's on the way. Okay, so let's see. Oh my gosh, I don't know who sent it to me, but this, let's see if it has a name on it. I'll show it to you in a second. It doesn't say who it's from, so someone's going to have to fess up. Is that the only paper in it? Yeah. I'm not sure who sent it. I have already used this book completely. I've used this book completely from cover to cover, so someone sent me another one. It's the Aggies, Emmys, Shooters, and Swirls marble book that I use for planets. It doesn't say who it's from. So whoever sent it to me, fess up, somebody. Fess up. And I'm going to leave a thing in the description too. So this book is awesome, awesome, awesome for planets. Look at that whole solar system right there. Yeah. Somebody else had sent me this book. Oh, the cover's on upside down. Hang on. I'm looking at it upside down. The cover's just on upside down. I used the book completely. I mean, I have like a handful of marbles left. I have a handful of marbles left in my collage bin, but I love this book for planets. I'm telling you, people, it's awesome for every size planets. Look. Did you send it to me, Suze? I wouldn't doubt it if you did. But look at these marbles. It's all the marbles. You lost all your marbles? If y'all look at my Ustream, in my playlist, I mean my slideshow that is on my playlist is like 7-8 years old. I need to update the slideshow on my Ustream channel. But there's one in there, it's called All the Marbles. and it's a guy losing his marble. So look at it. I don't know. Somebody tell me who sent it. If anybody is here that's going to fess up. Because I've talked about how I used, look, planets. Telling you people, planets. Don't let the, hang on. Is it? Okay. It's okay. Just don't want to make sure the cats don't get together because the guy's here. I'm still looking. I don't see. You did send it, Suze? Oh my gosh, Suze. All right, I'm going to put your name in it. Yeah, she said that they don't put names on used books. Okay. Well, Suze, you didn't send me the last one, did you? Did you send me the last one? I can't remember who sent me the last one. No, I think it was it, who was it? Her. I see her name right in front of me. I can't think of it. She sent me the outer space calendar, too. Yeah, put your name in it, Suze. So, yeah, I literally used all these marbles in collage over and over. I loved the book. And I only have just I think I have like a couple of these left. Or, I don't have, look, it's a universe, people. It's a whole, you bought it too? Oh my gosh, Colleen, you will use it up. I seriously, I used every marble except maybe just a couple of strips that I have left. They make awesome planets, I'm telling ya. Oh, you're welcome, Allie. I'm glad the background was helpful for you. I don't know if you were the person that asked the question on my YouTube channel, Allie. I don't remember, Allie Sings, if you were the one that asked about doing backgrounds. But some of the questions, I got 2 or 3 people asking me the same question. Somebody else sent me the other one. Yeah, I know who it is. I see it. But look. I'm telling you, people. I don't know why I'm using those big scissors. And you don't have to use them full size. You can cut them down. Can you see that? We're kind of far away. And then we'd have white paint going across the top. And then we'd probably have a couple of little star shines here. Thanks, Suze. Y'all didn't think I'd cut it up, did ya? So anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this segment, and I'm glad we did a couple of giveaways there. And we will meet over at Janet's, who's going to do some drips. I'm going to have to just go ahead and glue this down, Suze. I'm going to just have to go ahead and leave it there all the time. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Yeah, as soon as the security, tester, whatever guy, leaves, I'll get Hubster to take me out to lunch and Michael's. Oh, Janet, before you leave, girl, you did not take that other video off of private yet? The one with the gold testing with the matte, medium, all that. It's not there, girl. It's not there. It must still be on private. Take that video off private. Thanks, guys. All right. Y'all have a great day. You're welcome. You too. And good to see you, G. Good to see. Bye.